All right, let's now bring in the reporter who actually investigated this scheme. He's a reporter with Daily Nigerian Investigative Reporter, Umar Audu. He joins us virtually. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Good evening. I want you to respond to some of the things that the Director of Press and Public Relations with the NYC said. He mostly talked about how this is more of a mobilization issue and not a verification issue. I want you to react to that.
Well, excuse me. Like I said in my report, I actually acknowledged how tedious the process was for me at during the verification exercise. And I must commend NYC because it wasn't easy. It was not easy for me just as it was to get the certificate. But the only place I faulted the NYC was the issue of the biometric. So, and other than that, every other thing he said is actually correct. And he told me when I visited his office, he gave me he told me these stories.
All right, so I want to ask you, you used an email and a phone number initially that were flagged, and then insisting that you had registered before. But when you used a different phone number, a different name, was it an email address rather? Was it with the same name?
Yes, the same name that was in on my previous certificate. So, but the email address is entirely different, but it was the same name and the same fingerprint.
So talk to us more about, I know you've said some of these things in your report, but talk to us more about some of the loopholes you found and at what point, these loopholes existed.
So the loopholes largely is in the Ministry of Education, and I'm also commend the Ministry of Education for taking this bold step to sanitize the system. But to be honest with you, this thing is very rampant. When I went to the camp before I was cleared, I saw a lot of graduates from Benin and Togo. We are having issues to get mobilized. It wasn't like every other person who graduated legitimately. It was very easy because all your documents, ordinarily when you pass through the system as you're supposed to, you have all your documents, all your valid documents ready, and they just screen you and go. But people from Benin and Togo, it was problematic for them. And that's to tell you how rigid the NYC process is. But I think the major flaws is in the Ministry of Education, and until this minister who has shown zeal and commitment to clean up the system, until he's able to do that, the problem will persist.
Now, what do you hope to happen going forward? Because we've seen that committees have now been set up. But what are your expectations?
Yeah, my expectation is that this committee that has been set up bring in their reports quickly so that Nigerians will see the truth. You understand? So that's just my expectation. But so far, I'm happy with the reaction of the government. In fact, today, I received a commendation letter from the National Orientation Agency for the job I did. So these are kind of things we expect, not the usual way of issuing threats or intimidating journalists for doing their job. And I heard Mr. Megwa talk about criminal offense. So what they are supposed to look at is my intention. You get, it's not the offense, because I didn't do this with the intention of committing a crime. I discovered that the process is faulty, so I wanted to draw the attention of the government. And this thing, thank God, they are also aware. Mind you, I only purchased this degree, and without going further, without digging deeper to unravel this rot, a lot of Nigerians will have doubted the credibility of my report. But now that I brought everything to the public, they saw it and Nigerians believe that yes, these things are actually happening. And again, the money that was paid into my account, I refunded it. You get, and today my state coordinator from Cross River State also reached out to me that all the kits that were given to me at the camp should be returned, and I've done that. So he just sent me a WhatsApp message this evening acknowledging receipt of those items. So that my intention was just to make sure to just draw the attention of the government, which I'm happy the government have seen the impact and has responded accordingly.
And just in 30 seconds before we let you go, Audu, the school has now responded saying that they are denying your claims and that you never contacted anyone in school and they had nothing to do with this. How do you respond?
Of course, they want to continue. You don't expect them not to respond that way because it's a business and they want to keep profiting from this rotten system. So I don't want to take their response serious. I have evidence of the email I sent to them. So I don't, because you are only trying to be clever by half. That statement, I'm not taking it serious, honestly. Because who sent my name to the Ministry of Education? Have you asked them that question? So I don't have any serious response for them, to be honest.
Thank you so much, Audu, for this particular report that has now generated reaction, not just from Nigerians, but from relevant authorities. We've been speaking with the reporter on, who broke or published the report on the, I think it's the certificate racketeering from Benin Republic and Togo. Audu Umaru, he is a reporter with Daily Nigerian Investigative Reporter. Thank you.
Thank you for